Hi, everyone. Welcome to Special Presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or...
Alf ain't gonna be seen tonight.
Oh, wow, that was pretty folksy there.
We're like down on the farm here. We don't
Alf
got
ain't
no
gonna be
Alf for
seen
you.
tonight because he's pig drunk with a bottle of moonshine. Hell!
we we don't got no Alf here. We just grow Thorgum.
Oh, visitors are coming. Alf, hide in the feedlot.
It must be the revenuer man. Oh. Anyway,
This has nothing
what
to
are we
do with
doing?
anything.
No. What are we doing instead here on the farm tonight?
Well,
down here on the farm.
down on the farm, where here in the barn, where if you were born here, you never flush the toilet.
We're just simple country folk. We don't know anything about your cement ponds. Your porcelain ponds. There we go. That's what they
Porcelain
call a
ponds.
toilet.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what you call a toilet if you were in the South.
Yes. Would they know what porcelain is?
Oh, probably not.
Wow,
Porcelain.
it's like a puddle made of tooth.
Yeah. Oh God, they're so dumb down there. I'm sorry. I spent last week, I think, like ranting about the South for about like half an hour. Might as well lead into it. This is an anti-Southern podcast now.
Wow.
That's right. Yeah.
And if you're from the South, no, we're not talking about you. We're talking about those other ones. The ones you're always making fun of to us.
Yeah, the bad ones.
Yes.
You know? Yeah. No,
Yeah, you listen to our show, it's Jake with us.
That's right. I mean, if you're listening to the show, I mean, obviously, you're probably pretty smart.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
For
we're
real.
just... Yeah. I mean, you're making good life choices, and thanks for listening. Anyway, no, we're joking. We joke. We kid because we love.
Yes.
You know.
We have too many
but
people
anyway.
from the South that we love to ever truly hate the South. Except we hate
Yes.
what it does to those people that we love. So.
Yeah, we don't like that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Someone should make a country that works. But
Nobody has.
Nobody has. But we're not here to solve America's, we're not here to solve world famine or save the endangered Alaskan salmon. We're here to talk about... Well, what are we here to talk about?
Oh, whenever we start a new year on Special Presentation, can you believe that this is year 7? We are... Actually, I guess year 8, since we started in 2019.
Oh my God!
Wait, no, it is year 7. Yeah, I'm
year
terrible.
7, yes.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Mike bit me and I caught dyscalculia.
Well, we were doing this routine,
Mike
and it was like
count dyscalculia.
That's count dyscalculia. Yeah, that's why we were doing this routine. And like Ethan was like, I haven't had a bite in weeks. I was like, so I bit him. I was on my way to the microscope when this happened.
I said to Mike, I haven't had a bite in weeks, and Mike, took a real good look at me and was like, that's a lie.
Oh wow, I'm an asshole. Wow, I hope you gave me what for. That was totally uncalled for.
Yeah, I bit you. So
yeah, but I was delicious, so it's fine. Anyway, what were we talking about? We were talking about... Actually, wait. Were we... We have not said what we're talking about, have we?
No, we have not said what we're talking about. I was leading up to it, and then I stumbled. So,
Ethan, I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Did you ever have a Furby?
No. Do you want to know
why not?
I never had a Furby?
Why?
Well,
no, why did you not have one?
The story goes, put yourself in the time when Furby was new, the 2000s, like the early 2000s. Bill Clinton was still in office, I think. I haven't really checked.
That sounds right.
Yeah. Anyway, and there was so me and my then girlfriend were bopping around Target, just doing some recreational shopping as you did back then. And we turned the corner in the toy aisle and found an entire end cap full of Furbies. Now, maybe you don't know that what Furby does is react to sound and light and motion. So this entire wall of Furbies that were in attract mode, they fixed their eyes on me and my girlfriend, and as one, they went... My girlfriend shit her pants. So so that is so we not only do we never buy a Furby, but from then on, whenever I see the words Little Lulu, I hear those Furbies. Lulu.
And as it just so happens, I think Little Lulu is what we're talking about this week.
Little Lulu is what we're talking about. Like I said, every year we try to focus on something that was a major part of American culture that has kind of, disappeared, and people kind of forget that it used to be a comic strip. But Little Lulu did, in fact, start out as a comic strip. In fact, it was a comic that ran in the Saturday Evening Post, so they're known for something else besides those gorgeous covers.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that they had comic strips in that magazine. I didn't know they had anything inside that magazine, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought of the Saturday Evening Post as as a delicious slice of hand-painted Americana, and if there was anything to read in it, okay, nobody remembers that part.
Yeah, like now that I think about it, I've never considered like what was the Saturday Evening Post actually? What area of interest did it cover? I assume it just what's happening on a Saturday at the Post. I
Yeah.
guess I don't know.
I
That
just thought it
evening.
was. I just thought Norman Rockwell had this really weird fetish where he had to have floating letters over his paintings.
Oh yeah, he's So that's so, but no, it's because of Little Lulu. So
Yep, Little Lulu got
that
her start
explains the
there.
Saturday evening.
Created by Marge. That's what old Little Lulu stuff always has it credited as Marge's Little Lulu. So I love to
Oh,
imagine, Marge Simpson bent over the cartoon table, being like, and then she drops the soap, and then Tubby injures himself trying to pick it up.
help me! I made a new Little Lulu strip.
Oh, I'm still struggling with these BCs.
Homie, I told you I don't want you reading BC. It'll make you Christian.
If Reverend
Uh,
Voidrug can't do it, I'm sure Johnny Hart can't.
oh yeah, it would be funny if like Homer did read. Well, Johnny, if they should just make an episode where Homer gets converted by his cable guy. You know,
They've
they
done
did.
one where Homer became kind of a, not even an atheist, just sort of like an alternate version of Christian. And
Yeah, I do remember that. Wait, I think that happened. Is that the one where he becomes Catholic, or is that the one where he doesn't go to church?
it's the one where he doesn't go to church and his house catches on fire.
That one's a good one. The one where he becomes Catholic is not. That
No.
is not a good one. That is a late season Simpson, and
And of
and
course, the
as a
late seasons are, everything after the first quarter at this point.
yeah, that's true. That is true. The first 10 years, pretty decent.
Yeah.
The Catholic episode came way after that. And as a Catholic, I have to say, I'm insulted by how unfunny it is. Because I feel like if you're going to make a Simpsons episode where, maybe you have an opportunity to lampoon the Catholic Church, you're going to pull your punches here? Boring.
Nope.
Just saying, there's a lot of stuff you
At
can
this
say about the
point,
Catholic
you
Church.
tune into The Simpsons, and it's just Bart hitting Homer on the head and going, "Ow, hee hee hee! Kids, say no to drugs."
It really is. Oh man, it's weird seeing the new Simpsons because it's like, oh, they're so crisp, you know. They're,
Yeah,
yeah, it's like, okay. I
it really
guess that's
doesn't
what
look
it is
like
now.
life in hell at all anymore, and that's depressing.
No, no, but it feels like life in hell. It sure
Yes.
does. But Little Lulu, not The Simpsons. It's a different comic.
No.
It was a comic strip. I did not know it was a comic strip. I always know it as like some sort of Harvey property. I think it's like
Yeah,
they.
Little Lulu. The Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna get into yet another Simpsons groove here. As I'm gonna teach you kids about rock. So Little Lulu made way for the Little Lulu cartoons created by Famous Studios, and And it was in those that Tubby was created, and that made way for the Little Lulu comic strip that ran in newspapers, and then that made way for the Little Lulu comic books that ran from Harvey Comics. But also along the way, Famous Studios lost the rights to Little Lulu, which led to the creation of Little Audrey to fill her role. And from Little Audrey, we got characters like Little Dot and Little Lotta.
Oh, okay. This explains a lot because I have never paid much attention to Little Lulu. I've always just seen her as one of like one in a sea of interchangeable little characters.
Yes.
But now I'm seeing they all she's the or little character. They all
Yeah.
came from her. Um,
Yes. So if you're talking to a girl on Tumblr who says that she's part of the Littles community, that's what she means.
oh, okay. Well, that explains a lot. At what is the Littles community?
That's when your relationship with your boyfriend is that you pretend he's your dad.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I get. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Well, different strokes.
Yeah.
Well,
Not gonna say it's a bad thing. If
yeah,
it works
yeah.
for you.
I mean, I think I kind of I get it, sort of. I mean, I understand it intellectually,
Yeah.
but it's not for me. I wouldn't want my boyfriend to be my dad. I
I
think
didn't know
that
there
would
was a
be a little.
straight version of this until just recently. I thought daddy son was exclusively a gay thing, but I guess there's daddy daughter too.
It's I'm sure that like I mean, well, I shouldn't. I should not point finger. I should
No.
not be throwing stones while I live in this glass house. So whatever floats your boat, fly your freak flag high. But what
Yes.
is important here is I'm looking at the Little Lulu as she appeared in Saturday Evening Post, and she looks very different from Little
Doesn't
Lulu
she?
that we know.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I can. This already is a much more engaging character. I was like, oh, this character looks a little. She's got a little sass to her. She is. She There's a little bit of almost like a Charles Adams feel to
Yeah.
this art style. Like Charles
Marge
Adams.
Marge has a lot of personality to her drawings.
Yeah. It's kind of. I do feel like yeah, it's sort of a. There's a little bit of not just Charles Adams, but like a Roz Chast almost.
Oh
There's a little
yeah.
bit of almost James Thurber too. So it's a very cool magazine cartooning look. And I guess when they made her into a cartoon, they were like, let's make her less interesting
Yes.
because
It's very
um,
interesting to look at these really old ones from the 30s where she's so much taller and she has these really bandy legs.
I feel like here's the thing. Little Lulu is well, I guess when you're creating a character, you want the character's look to reflect what their personality is, so that people can look at the character and kind of instantly understand what their deal is. That's like good character design. And I feel like when I look at Marge's version of Little Lulu, I can kind of get like, oh, this is a little girl who's a real fucking little bitch, like
Yes.
a real hellion. She's going to cause trouble. She's going to cause trouble and get away with it.
The very first
She,
Little Lulu cartoon is this one where Lulu first appears as the flower girl in a wedding, but instead of dropping flowers, she is dropping banana peels and causing havoc.
yeah. So that's again that is cool. I like this. Now the version of Little Lulu that we see in these cartoons is her personality is the same. I like her personality, but she doesn't look like a little shit.
No.
She looks like I don't know, like an adorable moppet who probably like mispronounces words in a comical fashion.
Oh, do you know
And
why we say an adorable moppet?
is that because it's Little Lulu's last name, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
So did she originate the word moppet?
I don't think so. Maybe in this particular sense, because moppet used to mean a doll.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that.
I had a
Um,
little moppet. I kept her in my pocket. I fed her on corn nuts and hay. There came a proud beggar who swore he would have her, and stole my moppet away. That's an
Wait a
actual
second
nursery
here.
rhyme.
Wait a second. But poppet also means a doll, right?
Yeah,
So
moppet,
so is there
poppet.
Is there a
Maybe
difference
a
between a
male
mop?
doll and a female doll. I don't know.
Well, I'm wondering, is there a difference between like a moppet, and a poppet in the same way there's a difference between a muppet and a puppet?
Well, it's not quite a mop, and it's not quite a puppet.
But yeah, it's but they sure are funny.
Yeah.
I
To
can't
answer your
remember
question, I
how.
don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember how the rest of that one went. I don't remember the end because I'm old now. But yeah, so I don't like her new character design. That's why I never bothered ever looking at any Little Lulu media because I was just
You
like,
just
eh.
didn't like the character design that much. It turned you off
I mean,
that
it
hard.
wasn't that it made me like it didn't necessarily like make me avoid Little Lulu, but I would have no reason to seek it out or ever watch it. I just assumed looking at her like, yeah, I can tell this is baby shit for babies. Why would I bother? I'm an adult. I'm a strong, independent woman who's also intelligent. I don't need to read this baby shit for babies. But now that I've actually watched some Little Lulu, it's like, oh, actually, you know what? I kind of like Little Lulu. She's cool. She's
Yeah.
cool. She's a little bitch. I like that. Um,
I thought you would
we,
like that about her.
we
Well,
watched. Yeah, I mean, I'm nothing if not predictable. But
we
we
watched
watched
four cartoons
four
from.
cartoons.
Actually, I guess we watched three cartoons from the Golden Age of animation and one cartoon from the Silver Age.
Woof, boy, what a glow down.
Yeah, she does not look nearly as. It's not animated nearly as well, but I think the last one is my favorite.
The animation is, yeah, because the first few are from the 40s when everything is they're really putting in the effort. Like everyone's got like big noodly arms and it's the 40s, it's the Cuphead era. So
Yeah.
and then you get into the 60s where it's like, oh well, Hanna-Barbera has been experimenting with this new thing called limited animation. What if we made everything really really cheap? And so the 60s and 70s are kind of that like this dire time in cartoons where everything is, garbage that barely moves. What?
Sorry, I didn't realize that I didn't have the computer muted, and suddenly I got a
Oh,
YouTube ad.
okay. Sorry. For a second, I was like, I think I'm losing my mind. What was that? I heard voices. No, I thought I had done that. So I was like, for a second, I was like, what
Nope.
did I do? How did I push
Entirely
something?
my fault. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, all good. Anyway, so Little Lulu. There's four of these, and the first three are pretty well animated.
Yeah.
Um,
My
so
favorite of the first three is the first one we watched, About with the Trout.
yes, that one is a lot of fun. I also though it's interesting because I don't know. Are these? These are not Terry Tunes. These are.
No, these are famous studios, the same people who. Oh no, wait. Actually, it says Paramount. So these are the same people who are also doing the later Popeye cartoons. Oh, but we haven't looked at the
Oh,
later Popeye cartoons on this show, so you might not know.
okay. Okay, that explains it because I was going to say that you know how you certain cartoons like studios have a very specific kind of sound to them
Yeah.
where like if you're watching Chuck Jones because of the horns
Yeah, yeah.
and like if you're watching a Deke cartoon because the very specific sound effects will come up
You have got to show me that sound effect, that zippy sound effect you keep mentioning.
Oh yeah, I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It's this very like I don't know how to describe it, but it's a sound that like they make when they like when someone falls down or something or hits the ground. It's almost like a oh gosh, I can't describe it.
I
I
don't
always
know.
think of it as kind of I don't know. But anyway, um, uh, but this cartoon I noticed when I was watching it, it's like it has a very specific sound to the music. And I was trying to place it because I was like, I know I've heard it before. It makes me think of like the old black and white, not quite entirely black and white, but very like faded cartoons that I would watch when I was a kid. They'd come on like early in the morning before the real cartoons were on. And
Yeah.
they were usually like the King Feature Syndicates presents and
Uh-huh.
like stuff like that. It's like, oh, good, it's going to be fucking
The
Baby
Little King.
Huey
Yeah.
and the Little King and like all that shit. But
Baby Herman and
like,
Catnip.
yeah,
Oh no, wait,
and I was
no,
trying.
no, Baby Herman is not.
No,
That's not a
no,
real cartoon character.
no, it's just regular Herman.
Yeah,
Regular Herman and Catnip. But stuff like that. And I just remembered I was trying to remember, was it Terry Toons? Was it like King Features? What was it? And when you mentioned Popeye, I was like, they were Popeye cartoons. So yes, it was Paramount, I think, that has that kind of that sound. Like the Popeye theme song in the Paramount kind of sounds.
yeah.
So there's some weird similarity to the Little Lulu theme
Maybe
song.
it's the
that I
same
can't
orchestra.
it would make sense. So we have, but yeah, so the sound is like that. But I do like the bout with the trout because we have this great fake out in the beginning where it looks like Little Lulu is getting ready to go to school,
Yeah,
and she's doing the whole bit. She's late for school. She's got to run. She's putting her stuff together. She's taking her like I'm late slice of toast like it's an anime.
yeah,
She's doing all the stuff, and then she gets to school, stops right in front of it, like opens the front steps, takes out her fishing pole, and plays hooky. It's great.
yep. She went to school
Amazing.
just to play hooky.
Yeah, I was like, as soon as she did that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm on board with this. Maybe I'm okay with this one because it's a nice, it's an extended setup for that gag. So it was nice. And so Little Lulu's going fishing, which is interesting because this immediately I was kind of like, this seems unusual. I don't see a lot of cartoons about like little girls playing hooky to go fishing. That is very Huck Finn coded.
Yeah,
You
this is
know?
extremely, a gender stereotype defying cartoon in that Lulu is the main character, but if you wanted to make the main character a boy, it would not change at all.
Yeah, yeah. She's a little. That's the thing about Little Lulu is that she is nobody's sweetheart.
Yeah.
She'll punch you your lights out. So that's kind of nice. I like. I do also like when they did the traditional like angel and devil bits.
Oh yeah, these are
in this one.
great.
Yeah, where like what is it? The angel has like you'll get more looks with book, or what is it like? Look in a book, or get a line in a book instead of a hook, something
Yeah.
like that. Some sort of fishing pun, and the little devil is like, "Get out of here, toots!" Yeah,
Yeah, then she says, "Leave us make with the fishin'."
yeah. She's like, your father's mustache, which is a turn of phrase you only ever hear in these old timey cartoons.
Yeah. But which doesn't mean that we don't encourage you, the listener, to work your father's mustache into your vocabulary.
Yes, I think they should bring it back. And also, interestingly, this is the first time I've actually heard a cartoon say your father's mustache. Because usually I hear them say, your mother's mustache.
Oh, I never heard that before. Then again, I don't hear a lot of swearing by mustaches.
Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe your mother's mustache is probably the ruder version.
Yes.
At least back in the 40s, it would have been.
I mean, they're kind of expanding your mother to something a little less rude.
Yeah, that's true. So it's a little less rude. At least you're not saying go. At least you're not saying go fuck your mother. You're just saying your mother's got a mustache, which
Your mother wears army boots.
Oh yeah, I remember that was a big one too, which is funny. My mom was in the army, so
Yeah.
I was always found that that phrase very strange when I was a kid. But and she did have boots.
And there was a U.S. Acres cartoon where the worm yells at Booker, "Hey, chicken! Your mother chases garbage scows down the creek."
I remember that one.
And Booker dives into him, getting stuck in the hole, and then Orson runs up in a shower cap, yelling, "Hurry, Booker! The garbage scow is coming down the creek!"
Man, it's so funny if you think about it. They couldn't make U.S. Acres nowadays.
No.
Because
of Ake.
Yeah. I feel like it just considering what kind of media firestorm would there be that like that Booker calls Orson mom.
Yeah, people would freak out about it the same way that they freaked out about, Garfield is neither male nor female.
Yeah, God, people need to get real hobbies these days. Everyone should start a podcast.
Yes.
Except and I encourage everyone to do that because
Yes.
I am not afraid. I'm not worried at all that anyone's going to make a better one than ours because
Yeah.
how could they?
Now, if we inspired you to start a podcast, yeah, you get a free trip on our show to promote it. We promise. You can't
Oh
be
yeah,
you can't be less popular than us. We've tried.
yeah, we're really trying hard here. I'm really mad that we still have those 3 viewers. We'll get rid of you one of these days. Anyway, so little Lulu, she goes fishing, but this is the part I don't like. Instead of fishing, we get to hear this goddamn fucking song.
Oh yes, it's
I hate this
"Swinging
song.
on a Star," the song about how if you don't study, you'll grow up to be one of these ugly, unattractive animals.
I hate this song. I have always hated this song. This song makes me livid with rage whenever I hear it. Because I mean, not so much as an adult, but as a child, I hated the song because it's like, oh, good, a song about how I need to go to school. Fuck this shit. I did not like school as a child, and I hated being reminded of it when I wasn't in school. So when I'm at home watching TV and the TV tells me like, "Oh, you got to go to school. It's real important," it just made me so mad. It's like, come on, man. I'm on my break. It's like it was like that's why I always hated Pinocchio because it's like, oh, I'm going to the movie to like be entertained, and it's just gonna tell me to go to school. God, the worst.
Oh, it's worth noting that there is a Donald Duck cartoon that is almost exactly like this one, right down to the angel and devil fighting for Donald's soul to make him go to school.
I can't believe Donald goes. Even Donald has to go to school. What's up with
Yeah.
that? God. They just, all these things telling you, oh, go to school, go to do school. And it's like, I have to go to school because my parents make me. And now I'm going to get lectured about it. It's like, why are you telling me, oh, go to school? I have no choice. Obviously, I'm going to be in school. I mean, I guess I could
Yeah.
play hooky. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like,
You
again,
could run off and go fishing.
I could, but like,
Did you ever?
unfortunately, I didn't. Well, no, I didn't live in the '40s, so it was a
No.
little difficult to do it in my day. You couldn't play hooky, and well, I guess you could still play hooky in the
Yeah.
'80s.
But
You
there was a
know,
truant officer.
that's true. He would like Donald, also played by Donald Duck.
Yeah. The truant officer
But
will never visit you if you wow that sour candy.
it's for you, not them. So little Lulu has this dream sequence where she experiences the song "Swinging on a Star,"
Yes,
which
where they tell her
again,
that she might be a mule or a pig or a fish. And we get these three singing photographs of celebrities. Do you recognize any of these celebrities?
I assume that they are probably the ones who sang the song because I think the song is from some movie, which
That's
I
right.
believe as like Bing Crosby or
So
something.
that
I
probably is
think.
Bing Crosby, yeah. There's Bing. But I know that the last one, the one with the mustache, that is someone who is almost completely faded from public knowledge. That is
Who is it?
Professor Jerry Kalana. And most people only know him because he was the voice of the March Hare in Disney's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, I honestly, when I saw that guy, I was like, "Is that one of the Pet Boys?" I don't know. I've never heard of this guy.
Yeah, he's he at this point the only thing he did that is not that hasn't completely vanished into the ether is his work with Disney, which is mostly his doing the voice of the March Hare and a couple of things where he was like a narrator. Do you remember the Disney cartoon about Casey Jones?
Yes.
Yeah, he was the narrator in that one. The one who was kept going, "Egad!"
Oh, well, well, I guess that just goes to show, like, fame is ephemeral.
Yeah, unless you work with Disney, if getting a voice in a Disney stuff thing, that's immortality right there.
Yeah. Well, we got to get on that.
Yeah, for real.
Time is
Hey,
time
hey,
is running short.
we want to be in Toy Story 6.
Yeah, and also, I think we proved we're pretty good at doing voices with that little Simpsons bit we did earlier.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, and we can improvise too.
That's true. we're quite quick on our feet. So Disney should 100% hire us.
Yes.
What's
Hire us for the animated equivalent of Whose Line Is It Anyway?
yeah,
God, that would be
Disney.
really difficult.
Animation is rarely broadcast live. It's a very bbig strain on the animator's hands.
Yeah,
Uh,
even when they did the Moxie show, that didn't last.
yeah.
That was
Well,
like the very
Disney.
first YouTuber or
I
whatever,
guess nowadays
Pingtuber.
they probably just do more motion capture stuff. So I'm
Yeah.
sure that whatever. But anyway, so little Lulu, she does go back to school. I do. The school is singing at her, and she kind of like
Yeah,
runs
the
into its
school is
big.
talking at her, and it's very creepy. It's like something out of Swing You Sinners.
Yeah, it looks very Halloween as Grinch Night. So she does run into the weird kind of undulating door mouth of the school at the end, while the school promises that like it will pay dividends in the future. It's all like you can swing on a star, carry moonbeams home a jar, be better off in your all. Okay,
Yeah,
whatever. But then comes the most insulting part of all when she goes in to the school and all the like letters are there, like learning, I guess, like
that's
anthropomorphic
interesting.
letters.
It's like, so the letters are also in school. Are they learning about children?
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Now, now I know my Alvin Ben Calvin.
It's like living in Rand McNally. The letters learn about you. But
It's like the Phantom Toll Booth, but it sucks.
yeah, it really does. Because the letters are all like, it's so much fun here at school, and it's like that is a bald-faced, damn dirty lie. It
But
is
then
such a lie.
the letters are incredibly well animated as they do that conga line. Did you see that?
That
That's
is impressive.
crazy.
I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Well, it is. This entire cartoon is like they put in so much effort.
Yeah, this is one of those things where like we can't animate this thing this way anymore. All the people who could do it are dead.
Yeah, not like those lazy animators these days. All they want to do is prompt an AI. Bah,
Yeah.
bah.
All they want to do is get yelled at by shippers and threaten to cancel the show.
Yeah. See, that's what's wrong with animators today. All they do nowadays is get yelled at, eat hot chip, and lie. So can't have any good stuff anymore. That's why they're. Oh, they're making a new He-Man movie.
Yeah, I did.
I saw the preview for it. Speaking
Oh.
of cartoons, and I'm mad. I'm mad because I saw that preview and I was like, this is not gay enough. This needs to
Yeah.
be gayer. It needs to be so gay.
Yeah.
This is like it's like watching, because I saw the preview and I was like, this is not like the He-Man I remember, because the He-Man I remember super gay, which is what made it good. This is like the He-Man reboot from the 90s where they somehow made it more men but less gay.
Yeah.
It was not good. It just didn't work anyway. But like that's the problem with animation these days, even though it's not an animated movie, so I'm not just
Yeah.
really has no relevance at all, but I just thought of it, so I was
Yeah.
going to say it.
Well, you could be swinging on a star, you know.
Well, I didn't go to school, so I didn't learn any of that stuff. You know what else? When I was a kid, I was like, "Oh, I don't think it's so bad to be a fish. That'd be pretty interesting."
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Oh, it's cool to be some animal that's got scales. I think that's real neat." What about when Eustace turns into a dragon in the Narnia books? I just think it's very interesting.
And then he eats another dragon. Wow.
Oh wow! What if he turned into a kangaroo dragon and he put the little Calvin analog he lives with inside his pouch, and the Calvin analog said, "Oh boy, here we go again." Oh brother. Anyway, Boston and Sean, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I'm bringing up that.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't know why I'm like, remember.
Is that
remember
where
this
I
is-
just think it would be interesting comes from, or is that your original catchphrase?
I think it would be interesting is my original catchphrase.
Okay.
I was trying to think of something that Boston and Sean was an outsider art webcomic in the old days that was like originally for the first 3 strips was obviously just reskin Calvin and Hobbes, and then the creator just got like, no, I'm just gonna be real horny with it, and it's all about like people getting put inside pouches. That was the guy's thing. He just loved being put in a kangaroo's pouch.
That isn't, that is an interesting thing to have as your thing. It's definitely not. It doesn't seem like the kind of thing that where you and I, we both have fetishes that we've had, when we were still wet behind the ears. How do you develop this thing for pouches?
Yeah, there's not a lot of pouch media, so that's the question. It's like, what would you see that involves someone being put in a kangaroo's pouch that would traumatize you such that you would need to develop a kink in order to protect your own mind from it? And I don't know. I mean, I can't think of it. The only kangaroo media that I know of is Dot and the Kangaroo, which does involve a lot of pouch sitting, but maybe, I don't know, maybe you saw the bunyip scene and transposed it the kangaroo pouch scene. Who knows?
Maybe, I don't know. And I noticed you keep saying it's being put in a pouch, like the kid doesn't actually want to go in.
Yeah. Oh, in the comic strip, yes. In the comic strip, Boston and Sean, Boston, who I think is the dragon, is always putting Sean inside his kangaroo dragon pouch, and Sean will be like, "Oh, brother, here I am again in this pouch." Like, like he doesn't want to be there. It's like one of those things like, "Oh no, don't I don't want to have a sexy, cool time in a pouch. Oh no, that'd be terrible." So, yeah, the lady doth protest too much is what's happening here. But Little Lulu. We still
Little
have
Lulu.
three more Little Lulu cartoons to get
Yes.
through here.
Oh, yeah.
And
Also, the very first place I ever encountered the song Swinging on a Star, not any actual performance of it, but from this thing that I have been searching for all week and have not been able to find. It was somebody's fantasy fan rewriting of it, where it was all about stuff about fantasy fiction.
Oh, so like they were. Oh, wait a second. So they were saying like, do you want to like, meet King Arthur? Do you want to like go to Xanth? Do you want to like do or something? Well, you can if you read fantasy fiction or what, like that.
Okay. Well, here's the one. I only remember one of the verses in total, but here it is. Okay, it starts, of course, with, "Would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be an artist? An artist is an animal who won't read the books, but knows just exactly how it looks. He draws the cutest unicorns that you ever saw, and puts your hero in a chainmail bra. So if you're one of those disgusting dragon lovers, you could grow up to do the covers."
That's pretty good, actually. that's I gotta give you credit. That's pretty funny.
It is really good. Done. Yeah, that one stuck with me. The only other one I remember in full is, "Or would you rather be a critic? A critic is an animal." And it just cuts off right there.
Is it part of the same version, or is that a different one?
No, there was one about art. There's one about artists, a verse about writers, a verse about publishers, a verse about like what do you call it? The advertisers. One about fans. One about groupies. All these people that you would encounter at a fantasy fan convention.
Gotcha. Okay, man. So that is some real fax lore, like Filk type stuff.
Yeah, this is the kind of thing that you would see on Usenet in the 90s.
I bet it was written by Mercedes Lackey, because I feel like 99% of Filk was just written by Mercedes Lackey.
I've never met Mercedes Lackey or ridden in one.
Well, they kind of lack. E.
They wouldn't lack E if I was in there.
No, there you go. Oh, you're right, because you are E.
Yes. They wouldn't lack G either.
No, you should, since you could call yourself Mr. E.
Mr. E, Mr. E, Mr. E, oh, Mr. E. So the About with the Trout ends with after Lulu wakes up from her fishing dream, she runs back just as other kids are leaving school, like they're going home, and she runs into school, and the teacher says, "Lulu, stay after class." It's like, it's too late. Send her home.
It's like, yeah, well, see, that's why you should never go back to school. Because it's like, oh, good. She decides, she's like, I'm gonna go back to school and make it right, and they just punish her for it.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck
make her
teachers.
right, and you can't tell because I'm sorry, the copy I sent you was absolutely potato quality. I didn't realize that. But she's writing, "I'll never play hooky again" on the chalkboard, just like Bart does. I feel like this might be
Yeah,
the inspiration for Bart writing on the chalkboard.
she's got the thing where it's like a device where it's like she can write like 12 at a time. You
Yeah,
know,
much like
what?
what the much like the episode where Nelson shows Lisa how to use the device that used to draw a musical staff on the chalkboard to get them all done at once.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so maybe this is the origin for that for that because I I don't know that this device exists in real
Yeah.
life, but
Did
what?
you ever have to write sentences on a chalkboard?
No, I never had to do that.
Me neither. They
Uh,
made me write them on paper, but and then turn
oh,
them in.
really? No,
Yeah.
I didn't do that either. I never got in trouble in school because I was very well behaved.
Oh no, I got in
Um,
trouble all the time, and I had to do. I will be quiet in class. And what I do, of course, is I just go down. I will.
oh, smart. Um, no, well, Ethan, you had trouble being quiet in class. I'm surprised.
Me. Yeah, I had trouble
Which
being quiet in class. I would get in fights. I was a rowdy kid. I was, you might say that I was deficit of attention and
mm,
hyperactive.
oh, yeah, I mean that's that scans. That's funny because I was very well behaved. I did not get in trouble at all. I was very respectful to authority when I was a child because I was like, oh well, they're bigger than me. Guess I got to do what they say.
Of course,
Um,
half the time when I got in trouble, it was for something that something that I was not supposed to understand. Like I
oh,
would say
mhm.
something that it was, too prodigious. Like when somebody brought in a cake for some event at in my third grade class, and it was a chocolate cake that was covered in these kind of trailing dribbles of white. And I said, "Oh,
Oh.
sperm cake."
Oh boy.
But I didn't
Yeah.
realize how filthy that was because I thought it literally looked like sperm cells.
Yeah. No, the funny thing is as soon as you said sperm cake, that's what I thought too. I was like, "Oh yeah, I get it." Cuz kids see the you see TV and they
Yeah.
teach that's what they look like tadpoles,
Uh
right?
huh.
I
Right.
remember that's the sort of thing that you would say as a kid. So yeah, I totally can get that. That's
I
funny
think
that they
whoever brought in the cake was really offended, and I got in trouble for it.
Yeah. You should have explained, like, I'm not talking about cum. I'm
Yeah.
talking about, like, literal sperm cells.
Yeah.
You know what they look like. Come
As a kid, I
on,
didn't know what cum was. I knew
That's
what
true.
sperm cells were, but I couldn't have told you how
Yeah,
big they were.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's funny. I don't think I learned about cum until quite a few years later
Hmm.
after I learned about sperm, which, I don't know. When I was a kid and I learned about it, I didn't know. They don't tell you the details of how it's done,
Yeah, it's
you
sort of
know?
like how they tell you to avoid doing drugs, and they never tell you why people do it in the first place.
Yeah, they're always just like they're bad. They make you feel bad. They suck. They're just an all around bad deal. And it's like, yeah, why do people do them? Yeah, we're not going to tell you. Um,
New phone, who dis?
yeah, I but yeah, I remember like when I was a kid, and it's like you learn there's the sperm and the egg, and how do they get together? Well, ellipses. Three
Yep.
ellipses appear over your head. That's how it works.
Oh my god, you do remember something from that book. Wow.
I do. I'm not as dumb as I look. I was like I retained one memory. Well, I also
It is
remember
pretty
Jenny Elf
memorable.
being in it. I do remember Jenny Elf as well, and
Yes.
and
I hope she's
Greta
doing
Goblin.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. More power to her, and of course, Mr. Anthony still going strong at
Yep.
100 years
To his
young.
credit, yep. I mean, to his credit, we've gotten so many we have learned so many of the names that went to Little St. James, and he's not there. So shit.
Isn't it? It honestly is incredible that, like, in the year of our Lord 2026, when like so many of our faves have been, exposed, that Piers Anthony still has his nose clean. It's insane. It's
I mean,
like,
it hurts that it was Neil Gaiman and not him.
yeah, yeah. It's just, I mean, if someone came in a time machine to you, oh, even 5 years ago, and said, okay, which one do you think is going to be revealed to be a sex pest? Neil Gaiman or Piers Anthony? You
I
you
would
would
be like,
not.
I'd be like, okay, hang on, I gotta call Mike. Mike's got to hear this.
Yeah, yeah. You do like, let me phone a friend to get. But yeah, I mean, that's seriously, like, who would have thought Piers Anthony apparently still not in jail?
Yeah.
Amazing.
I mean, it's only 2026. There's time for this to change. It may have changed by the time you hear this, but he's, he really is kind of standing up for the idea of, like, it's just art. It's not a real person.
Yeah.
For once, could that be possibly true?
Let us hope. Let us hope that this is not one of the situations where Piers Anthony actually exercises some sort of iron power behind the scenes, that only after he's dead will all the victims come forward.
Jesus.
And it turns out that he's like, oh, he was like the American Jimmy Savile this whole time. So let's hope that is not the case. I don't think generally authors, unless you are like, J.K. Rowling levels of rich, don't really have that sort of sway. So,
Right.
because it's not like they usually get invited to the Eyes Wide Shut parties, the Eyes Wide Shut, rape orgies,
Right.
because they're just writers. They're not like culture makers. Nobody cares about what they say. People, if you want to be big in America, you got to be on television.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if your thing was, I mean, supposedly Matt Groening was invited like one night or something. So.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh, please tell me that he's not. He's not in the list. Oh man, that would hurt if he
No,
was.
I mean, I heard that, but he hasn't it hasn't come up on the with the names on the list. So maybe that's not true.
I mean, I feel like we would hear if Matt Groening's name was in there. I
Yeah.
feel like that would be a big deal. Like, but just also like, what, guy, what would just going there and like, I can't imagine what kind of conversation they would have. Like Jeffrey Epstein is like, yeah, you should do an episode where like Lisa like gets naked. I don't know.
They
What was
did
he
do an
into?
episode where Lisa was in a beauty contest.
Oh shit! Maybe that was his. Maybe that was his thing. Maybe that was Jeffrey Epstein's influence. He was like, "What if
Maybe
you?
that was Trump's
What if you?"
influence.
Yeah, they were like, "We gotta do an episode where like Lisa is in a beauty contest." Oh boy. Okay. Well, we're just speculating here. We
Yes.
don't know that they caused that episode.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to. Honestly, Matt Groening, it would take a huge revelation for me to disavow him. Honestly, he is responsible for so much of my personality.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely like he's. It would definitely hurt if Neil. Sorry, Matt
It would
Groening is
probably hurt worse than John Kay, because
yeah.
Matt Groening is a really nice guy. Everyone will tell you. Not like everyone has a lot of people have a real problem with John Kay, and for good reason.
Yeah, I hear he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what the K stands for.
jerk.
I started saying that before I realized that jerk doesn't start with a K. But luckily it ends with one, so that was a real lucky save. Oh boy. Okay. Language is hard.
The JK and JK Rowling stands for John Cristofalusi.
Oh shit! Do you think? What if this whole time she's actually been John Kay?
Wow.
Like she's like this next Harry Potter book is going to restore manliness. The ripping muggles. I mean, it does make though John Kay and J.K. Rowling, they are both obsessed with like policing gender in odd ways.
Yeah.
Like it's it's
John
again.
Kay
I
has
mean,
been pretty open about how it's his fucked up dad that made him the way he is. I don't know anything about what made Joanne the way she is, apart from black mold.
yeah, I don't know much about her background except she writing the Harry Potter on a napkin or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, John K's his cartoons very weird where they're like, we need like, what if we need to make cartoons more homoerotic to teach children how to be manly, and it's like interesting.
I remember seeing an interview with him where, during the Ren and Stimpy years, where he said, "Here at Spumco, we make cartoons for men." And here's the head of our manly cartoon department, Eleanor.
Oh, how ironic. Well, anyway, but anyway, he got Ripping Friends made, and that solves the crisis of American masculinity. So
Yeah. In fact, I wonder if the Ripping Friends is to blame for the male loneliness epidemic. Because everyone's like, "Oh man, I wish I had a bunch of ripping friends."
yeah, I think we're all just pining for our own ripping friends.
Yes.
Um,
I wish
I,
Rip, Crag, Chunk, and Slab were my brothers.
I'm just saying is like what we could be four who ripped.
Yeah.
uh,
Okay, Little
anyway,
Lulu.
Little Lulu.
Okay.
So there's a second Little Lulu cartoon, and this one is called Board of Education.
Yes.
Which
Bored of education. Get it?
I agree. I am also bored of education. Fuck the school.
More like
Um,
lame of education. More like I
ah,
want to go
well,
home of education. I don't know what
one
a
would
pun
not.
is. I don't like school.
Yeah, I didn't go to school. I mean, I am not swinging on a star here. But yeah, so this one is Little Lulu. This introduces a new character, though, besides Little Lulu
The
herself.
teacher. But
Yes.
yeah, also, yes, this one has Tubby.
Yes. So Tubby is Little Lulu's friend, and his defining characteristic is that he's fat.
Yes. He's Little Lulu's friend and rival and sometimes boyfriend. So they have a very complex relationship, actually. And one thing I think is funny about Tubby is that he is not at all ashamed of being fat, and in fact, he sort of leverages it. It's like, hey, I need more food than you. I'm bigger than you.
Yeah, this guy's a king. This guy's a little
Yeah,
king, short king, wide
yeah.
king, you might say.
Pear-shaped king. Yeah,
Pear-shaped king.
yeah. His
So
body is shaped exactly like his head.
yeah, he has he's got an interesting wardrobe choices throughout his appearances. Little Lulu, he seems to be wearing. It always looks like he's wearing like a wrestling singlet under his jacket,
Yeah.
and a bow tie. So good for him.
Yes.
But
We encourage you, the listener, to try this. Bring this back.
yeah, bring back this look. Who
Yeah.
who wore it better? You or Tubby, I guess.
Yeah.
But
He also seems to be balding.
oh yeah, genetics really they really fucked him poor Tubby over here.
Yeah.
He's just he's like a little professor.
Yeah. He's like
He
a short 50-year-old.
he looks like what the teacher he looks like the teacher in this
Yeah, he does.
cartoon.
Actually, one thing
Uh,
I thought was funny was in the later cartoon when we see Lulu's mother and she answers the door for Tubby. It's just like it feels like, oh my god, he's seeing his future self after transition.
happy for her.
Yeah.
So in this episode, where Little Lulu and Tubby are in school, and they basically are trying to get each other in trouble, I guess. Is their
Yeah.
thing?
Now this is, the old-timey cartoon school where not only can the teacher beat you, he can make you go to the corner and wear the dunce cap. Did you ever have a dunce cap in your school?
We did actually.
Really?
Once. Now, when I say once, it was because it was a special day where we were pretending we were like in the 1800s as a history lesson,
Mm.
and the teacher like dressed up old timey, and she had like a stool in the corner with a dunce cap, but nobody actually wore it. So, it was just a visual aid, I guess. But that was the only time we ever had one. I think it was pretty much phased out by the late 1980s when I was in school.
Yeah, I never had a classroom with a dunce cap, and I also never went to a school where the teacher could hit you.
Now I do know that officially, or sorry, legally, most states still allow that. But it never happened to me while I was in school, because I went to school in Maryland, and I think that's a civilized state. They don't beat you too much
Yeah.
there. Um,
Though
it's not
it is
like
worth
the
noting that
South.
in second and third grade, Mrs. Miller would give us a spanking on our birthday.
Oh, actually, you know what? I do remember that too. I remember my third grade teacher did that.
Yep. Give you a,
Huh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a pinch to grow an inch.
Yeah, that was. I guess that was a thing teachers did. I mean, I don't now. In retrospect, now I'm like, oh, I guess that was kind of strange that was a thing. But it was the '80s. I don't know if they still do it nowadays. Nowadays, I feel like they would be like, people would be like, we
I
want
think if
more
your
corporal.
teacher had any cause to even touch your rear end that didn't involve helping you out of a wet pants emergency, that would be, you know, people would be approaching the school with guns.
Yeah, I feel like that may have that may be a memento of the past, a different time now. But this school, this cartoon takes place in 1940, but the accoutrements of the classroom do feel very 1890. I don't know. I don't know that they were using
Yeah.
dunce cap in the
I really
40s,
expected
but
somebody to, grab one of Little Lulu's braids and dunk them in the inkwell.
oh, that's true because we do have the the famous frog to the teacher bit,
Yeah.
which is the sort of thing that like usually see in Snuffy Smith,
Yeah. Or an apple for the teacher.
right? Which they do in this one as well.
Yes. At the time you gave an apple to the teacher because otherwise the teacher might starve.
Oh, that's right. Because like, and which as a child you'd be like, well, good. What, I'm supposed to feed him now? Am I supposed to feed my tormentor? Fuck that shit. But yeah, I guess because like in the old days, that was the community had to give him food because it's not like he gets paid to torture children. He's
Nope.
just doing it for the love of the game. Um, yeah, so Lulu and Tubby are kind of fighting to get each other in
Establish
trouble here.
dominance? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and Tubby steals Lulu's apple and gives it to the teacher, but Lulu steals it back and swaps it with the frog, which gets Tubby in trouble. Then Tubby gets Lulu in trouble by giving her the wrong answers to some test questions. And then we changed tack almost completely to about halfway through the cartoon, because Lulu gets the dunce cap and starts imagining that she is in a history book, and then it's a
Yeah.
whirlwind tour through American history.
Yes.
Um,
And if you know what the 40s idea of American history was like, whoo boy, hope you're ready.
yeah, let's just say times have changed a little bit. The the way that Native Americans are portrayed in cartoons is very different. It's 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 different. Times
Yes.
are different.
The first thing
Um,
she imagines is finding Tubby as Christopher Columbus, talking with an Italian accent. Spaghetti.
yeah, that's right. Like, I guess in the '80s we learned a lot about Columbus too in school.
Yeah.
So I remember this as being my what vague understanding I had of American history when I was in second and third grade. It did include Columbus. I remember that.
Yes.
It was I do remember like that I was very confused about the fact that America seemed to have been discovered multiple times,
Yeah.
because I was like, wait, the Pilgrims discovered it, right? Oh wait, no, Columbus discovered it. What's going on here? What? There's two different stories we're trying
Yeah.
to pull here.
I never quite understood what was going on. Did the Pilgrims did they not know where they were going?
I
They were
I
just going. It's like anything is better than this.
Yeah, and then they hit America. It's like, oh, there's an America here apparently. Um, so yeah, I feel like what I recall the way it was taught to be is like this: Columbus discovers America, then nothing happens for about 200 years, and then the Pilgrims come over, but they'd forgotten that America was a thing. So you
Yeah.
know,
Never mind
um,
everything that's going on the other side of the continent in New Spain.
yeah, yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't give any credit. We don't acknowledge any of that stuff. There's a lot of stuff we don't acknowledge,
Of
but
course, I don't think they had actually crossed the continent at that point, so they probably didn't realize that New Spain was on the other side of the continent from the Puritan colonies.
no, I think well, I believe you'd be correct in that. Um, but yeah, I just remember that so the Puritans come to America, then George Washington happens, we have the Revolutionary War, and then nothing of interest happens in America for a while. Civil War, then we had the Civil War, and now we live in modern days. That was
Yes.
my understanding of American history: colonial times, the Civil War, and now. Um, but um, watching this cartoon, though, it really reminds me how much of my elementary school education, not just in history, but in the games we played and the language of the time, how much of it really involved Indians.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
we we try to pretend that that we brought our that colonists brought their culture over wholesale, but so much of American culture is in fact absorbed from the natives.
yeah, I
So
just
many of our place names.
oh yeah, and the names of our cars.
Yep.
But yeah, so I hadn't thought about it because it's been a long time since I've been in school. But like just thinking like, oh yeah, just they Indians were like, or as they called them back then,
Yes.
Indians, and as what you the people that today you would call Native Americans.
Yes.
I think I am a little unclear on the preferred nomenclature because when I used to work at a historical house, and my main takeaway is people are going to yell at you no matter what term you use
Yes. All I
because
know is that unless you are in fact of native blood, you shouldn't use NDN as a short form on the internet. That's just for
that
them.
that makes sense. And when I say people are going to yell at you, I'm not speaking of Native Americans who never yelled at me. They were always very polite. White people will yell at you because white people have an incredibly weird interest in this topic where they get real mad if you say Native American because that's PC. But they don't actually want you to say Indian. Well, they
Yes.
do because they want to yell at you for that too. They actually, it's like a Schrodinger experiment thing. They want to be indignant, so whatever you say, they're going to use it to be like, well, I, the more enlightened white person, am going to use the proper term, which is less PC because I'm
Excuse me.
not
The term is
like.
indigenous.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Damn. That's what I should. I should be like. Actually, it's indigenous. It's indigenous Americans,
Yeah.
sir. Actually, it's First Nations.
Yeah.
Uh,
What are we, Canadian?
yeah. Well, we're near we're near the border, relatively speaking.
If at all possible, I try to simply use the actual name of the nation. As
Uh,
opposed to the Indians of this era. That's way too non-specific. Say, so I would say the Yokut.
okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think that's probably the best scenario, the best thing to do if you can. Why am I even talking about this topic? I should not have brought it up.
Well, I mean, it's relevant because there are a lot of jokes about Indians in this cartoon.
There are a lot of jokes about Indians in this cartoon. And it's just interesting in the sense that like times have changed so much that I don't understand what these jokes are. I
Yeah.
mean, I get that they're like,
One
racist,
of them
but
is only just recently no longer acceptable. The joke where Lulu says, "Where are the Indians?" and a native in a baseball uniform pops out and says, "Where do you think? The American League."
I was like, that's that amused me.
Yeah, that
But
was actually pretty funny.
yeah, some of these other ones are a little odd because when they look at they look at America, right, and you see
Hmm.
some.
He
There's a
says,
guy. There's a
I
there's a
especially like how Christopher Columbus is like, I'm looking for America. It's like, that is literally not what he was doing.
no. It's like, oh, it's interesting that you know what it's called at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
um,
Somebody go tell Amerigo Vespucci that I found America.
yeah. Well, I like when they see when he sees America and we see this native village, and it's got a few. So first of all, there's a guy who's got a little stand, a hot dog stand, and it
Yes.
says, I'm quoting from the cartoon. I am quoting.
Yes.
It's Injun Joe's hot dogs. Now, is
Was that a
there?
brand?
I don't know.
I
That's what I'm
mean,
wondering. Is like, is
that's
that a?
that's a character from Mark Twain. What? He didn't have anything to do with hot dogs.
Yeah, I was wondering. Is like, are Native Americans associated with hot dogs in some way? Is this
Well,
a
hot dogs are
stereotype that I was
associated
not
with
aware of?
America. I mean,
I mean,
everyone in every other country is like, oh yeah, those Americans, they love the hot dogs. Can't get enough hot dogs.
that's true. Hot
I mean,
dogs and
they've got
hamburgers.
us. They've got our number.
They
God, I
got
wish I
our
had a hot
number.
dog.
That's true. I mean, hot dogs are delicious.
They really are, you know. And
Yeah,
even
yeah,
even the shitty little bologna ones, if you cook them right,
yeah, yeah.
maybe not if you just stand in front of the refrigerator and eat them straight from the package like I used to.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're pre-cooked, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But no, hot dogs are fine. They're fine. They get the job done,
Yeah.
and it's about the toppings. Uh, and whatever you can put the right toppings on it, and they're great. Don't do a Chicago style. That's a loser style of hot dog. What the fuck?
I like nudist hot dogs. If
Oh,
your
really?
if your hot dog isn't enough flavor in the bun just by itself, then you should probably get a better hot dog.
I mean, that is true. I think that's probably that probably holds. I like a lot of toppings on my dog, though. I like a lot. I like an Icelandic style.
Oh yeah.
But
And I remember you were so sad that you had to give up your jar of Icelandic hot dog sauce.
oh, fuck you, TSA. I will never forgive.
Hey,
Um,
they're not in service right now. You could go back to Iceland and get some.
Maybe I will. So I hope they stay out of service, and
Yeah.
I hope they all feel very bad about themselves.
Oh, and
For
that's right. And when I brought okonomiyaki sauce, you said it tasted just like that.
Oh yeah. It's a kind of, I guess it's sort of remoulade.
Yeah.
It's similar around the world.
So if you have the opportunity to go to Daiso, Japan, you can get some okonomiyaki sauce, and it'll be just
Oh,
like the Iceland sauce.
I put on some hot dogs.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so but let's back to Little Lulu.
Yeah.
There's and the Indian jokes. There's also this thing where there's like, I guess
Smoke
there.
White Howl cigars.
I get that one because cigar store Indians.
Yeah.
So I get that. And then there's wear bow and arrow collars, and I'm assuming is a bow and arrow collar a type of old timey collar people used to wear?
Okay. Oh, I get it. Okay, so that's right. White Owl cigars. Those we still sell those. I forgot.
Oh, I guess they're still in vogue.
Yeah, I guess so. Now, yeah, the wooden cigar store Indian. It would have been a lot funnier if in this Indian village they had like a wooden cigar Englishman.
Yeah, that would be that'd be pretty good, but no such luck.
Yeah. And also, there's a big Men at Work porthole. What does that mean?
Yeah, that's a little confusing. I'm like, all right. At this
Men at
point, I
Work
feel
and
like
keep off the grass. Is this just being like, see, there was civilization?
I feel like at this point they're just trying to do that like chicken fat thing where it's like we're just throwing stuff out there. Why not? Because I really don't get it.
Yeah.
But then we get this this ad for um, uh,
Drink four noses. This is another really unfortunate word, really charged word. Firewater.
Yes. Babes cry for it. Babes in quotations. Okay.
Babes.
So, so this is a thing. I vaguely sense this from watching old timey cartoons that like that one of these stereotypes of Native Americans was that they had big noses.
Yeah, you see that a lot. And I meet a lot of people of native ancestry at my store, and it's not wrong. It's just never to this explicit an extent. They don't really have the kind of more stubby noses you might see on an Asian person, at least.
Mm. Yeah, it's just funny because, like, I mean, obviously, I've seen, I've met Native people in my life. I've
Yeah,
seen a few. Some of my best friends are Native people. That's not true. I don't know any Native people. No, I was just being my thing. But what I'm saying is, like, it wasn't until I watched old timey cartoons that it was like, oh, I guess they're supposed to have like big noses. I guess that's a
yeah.
thing.
They often draw them not only with big but Roman noses.
Yeah. It's just weird that like that is the thing that like cartoonists latched onto because I've always been like, really that? But it reminds me when I was in Ghana, and I probably mentioned this that then over in Africa as a child, and the term that like locals used for Americans was like the big noses
Yep.
because Americans have more pointier noses. But
Yes.
white people would have pointier noses than black people. So they and at the time I was like, wait, but they're not. I was like, my concept of a big nose was different because I was like, wait, it's different. It's just like pointy rather than wide. What? How dare you? How dare you use a slur against me? I should be using slurs against other people. As a white person, I get to make the slurs. I don't receive them. I don't like this at all. It's like Nelson laughing at himself in the mirror, Um, Although I'm sorry, this story implies I went around saying slurs at people, which I did not.
No.
I would never do such a thing. I'm quite woke, in fact. So, as evidenced by this entire conversation, which is probably highly problematic.
Sure,
But
big nose.
oh, how could you? Oh, okay. But I have another question about this sign. Babes cry for it.
What?
What is this? What is
Yeah,
this thing?
I don't know. I mean, Four Roses is a brand of bourbon. It probably still
Oh,
exists.
okay. All right.
Uh, babes in quotation mark. What kind of babes? What are we talking about here? Is there
Yeah,
some sort of rhyme about Indian babes?
I was trying
What
to
babe? The babe with the
like
power?
what power?
The power to hoodoo.
Hoodoo? You
Voodoo. Wait, damn it, I fucked it up.
do what?
Remind me of that babe
The
who
one who's
cries
crying
for
for
it.
it. Yeah. I'm not really sure what this babes cry for it thing is. Maybe who knows. But anyway, so as you know, this is how America started. Is Columbus comes and he
Yeah, Columbus said to the Queen, "I believe that there is an America out there, and I'm going to go discover it." And as soon as he
and
discovered it, all of the Indians who had been living in the surf were like, "Oh, how did we miss that?"
yeah, I do like when Lulu is planting the flag though, and she's literally like planting like watering it, and a flag just grows out of the ground.
Yeah,
A big American.
it feels like something out of a Mario game somehow.
Yeah, it's just a big American flag with like fireworks going off behind it, which
Yeah.
I found very amusing. So I kind of like that. It turns out that Tubby and Lulu are just shooting guns into the air, and then
And
Lulu
then she
goes to shoot
recognizes
Tubby.
that Columbus is actually Tubby and goes after him again, because this is all about her chasing him through history.
Yeah, because she's mad that he got her into trouble. So they go from there to, I guess, kind of a colonial Williamsburg type situation.
Yeah,
And
and he's trying to chat up someone called Miss Priscilla, so I guess this is like the courtship of Miles Standish.
oh, is that a character in Miles Standish?
I
Or
believe so.
oh, okay. Well, that makes sense, I guess, because I was like, who is Miss Priscilla? But shouldn't she be dressed like a pilgrim lady or something?
Yeah, she's not. She's just dressed like a hot girl from the 50s. With
Yeah,
the
but
she
she's
looks like she should be in that Disney cartoon about all the cats join in, getting the extra
yeah.
part of her butt erased.
It's just that, and she talks like Jessica Rabbit, but she's working a spinning wheel. So
Yeah.
it's
It's
but Tubby
Priscilla
is real into her.
Mullins,
Oh, okay.
a real Mayflower passenger.
Oh, well, I feel like they really kind of botched this by not making her pilgrim, but they probably were like, how do we make a sexy pilgrim lady? It's not that hard. I mean, seriously, just do the same thing, but like in a black dress, I guess.
Yeah, it's
Um,
they should.
but
You know what they should have done is put buckles on everything.
oh yeah, there you go. That's hot. Um, but
And
then
basically,
little Lou,
make her look like a hot girl version of Edward Scissorhands.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Um, so
You
little
visualized it, and I heard it was like, ooh! I heard the doot 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 doot.
gonna put the that in my corncob pipe. Anyway, so little Lulu continues chasing Tubby through history, and
Then he becomes Paul Revere, and his horse complains about how heavy he is. Har har.
yeah, oh yeah, and little Lulu then
Then she finds herself on Bunker Hill, and we get the whole "don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes" joke. But this time, Tubby is wearing sunglasses. So this is actually my favorite joke in the cartoon because the next thing he sees is her eating a giant ice cream cone, and his eyeballs bulge like Bill the Cat and knock his glasses off.
I mean, I guess it's in character, you know.
Yep.
And then little Lulu picks up a musket and tries to shoot him.
And then we get the worst part, which is the Indians are coming. They want our scalps. Like,
Ooh, this is not aged well. This is
yeah.
not aged well. Yeah, because they have this guy ringing the hair raid alarm.
Yeah. You notice this random guy. It's not Tubby. It looks like. You know who it looks like? It looks like Gabby from It's a Happy Day.
Yeah. I guess, it's a classic Western stereotype of Gabby. Anyway, the Indians come, they chase little Lulu, but she knocks them into the Fountain of Youth, which, yeah, as you recall, is like a thing that was in America, you know?
Was it?
I think
Did we use it up? Why aren't we
well, I
using
think
it?
it was supposed to be in Florida. I think that was the theory. Didn't all those conquistadors go down there looking for it? But
Oh, right.
They never found it. Instead, little Lulu found it, and she knocks all these Indians into the Fountain of Youth, so they get little.
Yep.
Um,
And Tubby was also in the Fountain of Youth. I guess he was too big to get little.
yeah, but he gets little Lulu little. He makes her little.
And yeah, she shrinks into a baby, and her clothes shrink too. So this was definitely someone's corncob pipe. Someone was like,
Yeah,
"Okay, this is it. Age regression forever."
yeah. That's but like that is what brings little Lulu out of her fantasy, and she's back in real life, and Tubby is shooting ink at her from
Yeah,
across the classroom. But she deflects it to hit the teacher. Teacher gets mad, and Tubby gets his ass caned.
yeah.
The end.
So yeah, it turns out that Tubby's real name is Michael Fay.
well,
Deep cut.
that brings up an interesting thing because Tubby's not always called Tubby.
No, in the next cartoon, he isn't called Tubby. He's called Fatso.
Very rude.
I guess
Very
Fatso
rude.
is maybe Fatso is his dead name.
He was like, Fatso is my father's name. Call me Tubby.
But
yeah,
it's actually kind of sweet that she's like, "I love you, Fatso."
I like this one because basically Fatso is trying to impress some hot girl, I guess. A very 1950s version of a hot girl, I guess.
Yeah, she doesn't really look significantly different from Lulu.
No, except she's blonde, and
Yeah.
blondes are more fun.
She's blonde and has more visible eyelashes.
Yes. So Tubby is trying to impress her, and this makes little Lulu mad. And
Because he stood her up on her date, saying that he was sick, but he was actually on a date with another girl.
Yes. And I mean, really, this episode kind of indicates why Fatso has been two-timing little Lulu, because she is a delightful bitch.
Yeah.
I mean, the watching this cartoon, I was kind of like, yeah, you know what, go get it, little Lulu.
Yeah, I mean, Honestly, Lulu, you can do better.
Yeah, I mean, I do like how Tubby has to now like grovel for her like forgiveness, and she's just like, "Nah, I don't think so." She's really making him work for it. And just the more I watched this, I was like, "Yeah, yeah, that she's having the time of her life, getting Tubby, or sorry, Fatso
Yeah.
to just debase himself for her approval."
And just
So
when
that
it looks like she's finally softening and getting to be, like maybe I can forgive him, that's when he slides down and reveals that there's a Fatso loves Fifi heart carved on the tree behind him.
oh boy, that was that's unfortunate. That really um but this is another cartoon where halfway through suddenly we get like a fantasy sequence,
Yeah, almost
and
all of these have a dream sequence.
yeah, they kind of just suddenly shift gears. And this becomes one of those another staple of old timey cartoons, which is where a guy has a nightmare about what it would be like to be married,
Yeah.
and
My favorite of
they're
these, again, was the Donald Duck one, where he dreams about getting married to Daisy, and as they're running down the red carpet to their limo, there's a whole crowd of sailors honking their noses and be like, "Goodbye, Daisy."
wow, I didn't
It's
know
like,
Daisy was such a slut.
yeah, that I can't believe they got away with that.
So generally, this sort of sequence is going to basically be like, okay, what if you got married and your wife got fat? That's usually what they do. They don't
Nope.
do it in this one.
No.
But B, what if you had 1,000,000 babies? They do that in
Yes.
this one. Yeah.
Delivered by the
Uh,
stork, of course. Because,
yes.
I mean, even though this is an adult version of Lulu, I don't want to see, Lulu actually giving birth.
Right. I mean, it's an adult version of Tubby and Lulu, supposedly, but they are still drawn exactly the same,
Yeah.
even though they have 1,000,000 babies. And of course, the third thing that always happens in these sequences is that your mean, domineering wife like makes you clean the house. You
Yeah.
know, oh,
Oh,
she's
but they
so
forgot the thing
emasculating.
about how her mother-in-law moves in. They didn't do that one.
Oh, they really missed a lot of opportunities in this one. So they really stuck to just like, what if you had to have a bunch of kids. And for some reason, Tubby is not allowed in the house anymore. He has to live in the doghouse.
What's really funny is that they're living in a tree house, like the one like the Simpsons.
Well, Tubby only has what, a coal miner's salary,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think. I mean, I think that's what is implied is where he works, because Little Lulu comes and beats him up with a rolling pin. Another classic '40s nightmare of marriage. And she makes him go to work, and he's got like a little miner's helmet on, I think. So he's got to go work in the salt mine.
Yeah. And there's this dog. He's dreaming that they have a dog.
That's the worst. I would not want to have a God. That would be my nightmare, to be married and have a dog. Couldn't be me. Um, Nothing against dogs, but couldn't be me.
Yep.
I have three wonderful children, and they would
None of
not
them
do
are
good with a
dogs.
dog. None of them are dogs. They're, they're all cats.
Yep. Same here. I recently added quadruplets to the family, and they are the
Oh,
joy of our life.
how many is that total then?
Five. We have
That's
Sweetie Pie, who is the elder, and the new kittens, who are, well, now they're cats, are George, the only boy, Violet, Bib, and the Reverend Fearless Patience.
one of these things is not like the others.
We couldn't decide on the name for the last one, so we just gave her all the names that we've been giving her. So I call her the Reverend because she has a white collar. It's easy, makes it easy to remember her.
Yeah, nice. Um, that's it's a good name.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
very it suggests a forlorn pioneer woman.
yeah, very Quakery. Um, so anyway, little Lulu, this dream sequence causes Tubby to become disillusioned with the institution of marriage. Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention another thing about their marriage. It involves on their honeymoon doing another very 1940s thing, which
Oh yeah,
is the
going to going to what's it even called? Yahtzee.
Niagara Falls.
Thank you. Why did I call it
Yeah.
Yahtzee?
Is Yahtzee a place?
No.
Oh well. So yeah, they go to Niagara Falls. They do the barrel thing, the going over the falls in a barrel, and this is a thing that happens in cartoons all the time
Oh
from this
yeah.
time period.
My
So
my
everybody
personal
was
favorite. You ever see the Woody Woodpecker cartoon about Niagara Falls?
no. Oh yeah, yeah. That's where some tour guide is like, people keep trying to go over in a barrel. We have to stop them, and Woody's like, "I'm gonna fucking do it," and she's got to keep trying to stop him.
And he ends
And
up going over the barrel over and over, going over the falls in the barrel over and over. And every time he passes by this group of people in raincoats who all cheer.
yeah, actually, that's I'm not a huge fan of Woody Woodpecker, but I do like that running gag. I remember that being pretty funny.
Yeah, that is my favorite Woody Woodpecker cartoon. Also because of the bit where Woody sneaks the barrel past him dressed in women's clothes, and the guy looks at the camera and winks and goes and describes a woman's figure in the air, and then goes, "Wait a minute," and then he describes a barrel's figure in the air. It's like, "Wait a minute, that's a barrel."
He figured it out.
Yeah, and then he happens to see a barrel-shaped woman dressed in exactly the same outfit, and hilarity ensues.
Oh, Woody Woodpecker, or as my little brother used to call him, Woody Peckerwood.
Woody Peckerwood.
Yeah, that was my little brother. Did for some reason mix up the name, and it's like that's a whole different thing.
Yeah. Where does
but,
Peckerwood? I mean, Peckerwood obviously comes from woodpecker, but
I don't know. I mean, I assume it's an insult because it refers to dicks. I think.
yeah, it's I'm Woody Dick Penis.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. Apparently, it's the I didn't know this, but apparently it's the thing you can say to white people in the South that makes them mad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like how like white people in the South are always trying to pretend that things like honky are like just as bad as the N-word. They're always trying to pretend that, but like it's like, well, I noticed you're saying one and not the other.
Yes.
But for some reason, apparently, so like you can call them a honky and they're just kind of laughing off. But apparently, if you call them a peckerwood, that they're like, then they're like, how dare you? How dare you? So I hope that I'm not actually like doing some incredibly offensive slur against white people here by saying it.
I don't think so, because did you ever see The Mask of Zorro?
Yes.
Yeah, there is that one scene where the old guy who was their mentor yells, I've been waiting for you, Peckerwood, or something like that, and he ends up getting shot or something, and the villain just turns to his friends and goes, Peckerwood?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely like, it's very old-timey. And also, I think we're allowed to say it because we are white, so,
Yes.
we're allowed to say that
I didn't
word.
know it meant white. I thought it just meant, wiener.
I mean,
but not like Dick Wiener, like loser wiener.
Oh yeah, I might be totally wrong because like I'm just vaguely remembering this from what like some Southern people told me, and I don't know if I can trust them to tell me the truth because they're Southerners. They're probably liars. I'm just saying. Anyway.
Also, the name of this cartoon is Bow Ties, and it's almost too good of a pun because it looks like beauties.
Yeah. So what does it mean?
Well, it's like a pun on bow tie, like you wear around your neck, but
Right.
bow like a girlfriend or like a boyfriend.
But they're getting tied because they're getting hitched.
Yes.
And also beauties. It's like a triple pun. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, it's like, damn, hats off.
Yeah, they put more effort into the title than into the actual cartoon.
Yeah, some puns are so perfect that you don't even get them. Like
Yeah.
the British politician who had this whole thing about his the guy who was running against was talking about goals, and he said, "What do you know about goals? Your specialty is jails, not goals." I was like,
Oh.
and nobody got it because he was like thinking of the British spelling of jail, GAOL. So it works a lot better in print than when you actually say it out loud.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work, but like hats off to him. He tried.
Yeah.
So Tubby, he wakes up from this dream. He turns out that he does not want to get married. But then Little Lulu convinces him because she gives him a picnic.
Yes. She says, well, there must be some way to a man's heart, and goes right to, just stuffing him with food. And he's so enthusiastic that he finishes the message that he has to write on the giant California redwood that says, Fatso will marry Lulu. Absolutely!
Yeah, I guess he's really into food. He's really
Yep.
big into it.
Well,
That's why they
and
call him
she doesn't seem
Fatso.
to. Oh, which is funny because one of the things he was promising her was like, I'll do whatever it takes to make up for you. I'll go on that diet you want me to go on. And I
I
guess she changed her mind about that.
I feel like I feel like little Lulu is probably, a fat admirer.
Yeah. Or
I,
at least a fatso admirer.
yeah, like she seems the sort. Um, but so I don't know why she would be telling him to lose weight. That seems weird. I mean, she is feeding him at the end.
Yeah.
This scene at the end is I imagine that that this was going to be posted on a lot of forums. But so that is the Little Lulu cartoon where Tubby is called Fatso for reasons.
Yep.
But then there's one more, and in this
Yeah.
one, it's where
This
they're
one is
not
different.
animated.
Very different.
Yeah, they're not animated good in this one.
No. This is a novel tune, which was a different series, also by Paramount, but this is from 15 years later. And one of the things that makes it different is that it wasn't written for animation. This is actually an adaptation of one of the Little Lulu comic book stories.
Oh, it kind of feels like it.
Yes.
Comics are a different medium.
They are a different medium. This one is very, much more verbal in its humor. A lot of them, and based on, the characters' performances rather than the animation. And it's called Alvin's Solo Flight, featuring Little Lulu. And as soon as you see it beginning and, Tubby's incredibly simple walking cycle as he walks toward Lulu's house, going, "Oh boy, I can't wait to invite little Lulu to the beach." And it's like, "Oh boy, animation has taken a steep dive."
Yeah, it's not quite Clutch Cargo, but they're definitely cutting some corners here.
Yeah. So yeah, again, Tubby sees Lulu's mother, who looks exactly like him, which is really weird, and he says, "I would like to invite Lulu with me to the beach." And she's like, "Oh, what a polite young man!" And he immediately yells, "Hey, twerp! Want to go to the beach?" And actually, no, he doesn't even wait. He doesn't even say that. He just says, "Hey, twerp!" And she just bounces out like that's her name.
She knows where her bread is buttered.
Yeah, I mean that's actually really cute to me that they have that kind of a relationship.
It's very Calvin and Susie Durkins.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he brings, but the problem is she also promised to look after Alvin.
Yes.
He was like
not
the
the
neighbor's
chipmunk,
kid.
just a small, very irritating child with a permanent scowl on his face. But
Yeah.
otherwise, you would easily mistake him for Lulu and Tubby's love child.
Yeah. And she's going to be paid 50 cents for this thing.
50 cents!
That was big money in those days.
Wow. Back now, this is a lot of money.
Yeah. But well, yeah, as we learned in this episode, the prices at the beach are incredible.
Yeah. Jeez.
You
20 cents for a hot dog.
Yeah. So literally this woman is like, yeah, just here you go. Money for 3.5 hot dogs.
No,
but,
2.5 hot dogs.
2.5. No, oh yeah, you're right. So they go to the beach though, and Alvin is hungry. He's like, I'm hungry. But
I'm
they're like, well,
hungry.
first you have-
I'm hungry.
for
Why
some
did you bite
reason
my
they're
toe? Because he's hungry. I'm hungry. See,
Yeah.
he's hungry.
For some reason, they're like, well, before we buy you food, you have to bury Tubby in the sand. Kill some time.
Yeah. Also, one thing I think is funny is that Tubby is wearing a top and Lulu is not.
Yeah, that is a little weird. I assume watching this that it was like, well, I guess in the '60s it was probably I
Yeah,
don't I was obviously not around, but I was in, I remember my parents, I grew up in Europe for like a large part of my childhood, and my parents have all these photos of us at the beach,
hmm.
and where I'm like, like 2 or 3 years old, and I'm just running around naked on the beach, and all the kids are doing it in these
Oh,
photos. It was just like, yeah, whatever, they're children, let them run around, who cares? And so I was just assumed, well, I guess maybe in America they could do that as children, not that they were necessarily naked, but it's like, well, she's a kid, I
yeah.
guess it's fine if she's got nothing to cover up. Why not? But like, it's just not something you would see on cartoons made now.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I would not let my kids run around naked on the beach because that seems like a good way to get a fish hook in your foreskin. But
Yeah, that's a good point. There's there's there may be issues.
or a hypodermic needle. So
Yeah. Ooh. So yeah, but yeah, it's a apparently little Lulu for whatever reason. Yeah, she is topless. Fatty is not.
yep,
So make of that what you will.
Fatty or Tubso as we call him in this cartoon.
Oh yeah, is he Tubby in this one? He's Tubby
Yeah, he's
again.
Tubby again. Yeah.
Okay. So, but then the problem is they go, Tubby goes to buy a hot dog for Alvin. This is an extended thing because Tubby also wants a hot dog, but Lulu doesn't want to give the money for for him to get a hot dog because
So
she's
she can have a whole hot dog to herself, but Tubby has to share one, I guess.
yeah, he's got to share one with Alvin, and Alvin doesn't want to share, so Tubby has to take the first bite, which he does, and because he goes to the hot dog guy and he's like, "Give us a hot dog," and the guy's like, "Mustard or a sauerkraut," and Alvin's like, "No," and Tubby's like, "Yeah, but I don't." But then they get the hot dog and there's nothing on it, so they should have gotten some of those Injun Joe's hot dogs, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean that place closed down decades ago.
yeah, they just
Yeah,
don't. They just
decades.
make.
This is an old cartoon.
Yeah, it's an old cartoon, but
Old.
old. So they get the hot dog. Tubby takes a bite, but Alvin is missing. He's gone. Where did he go?
Oh well, eat the other half of the hot dog.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty funny.
Yeah. So
Um,
they go to the Lost Children station where basically Ranger Smith helps them. And this place is absolutely full of children. There's at least 30. It's like, man, a lot of kids waiting for their parents, some of whom are fully dressed.
yeah. What is funny because then what's his name? Tubby is all like, "Well, let's just take this one." He kind of looks like Alvin.
Yeah. And Lulu actually considers it for a moment.
um, I thought they were gonna do the joke where a kid would turn around and be like turned to like look really weird or something, but like they don't do that. We don't see
No.
the kid's face. But then the Ranger Smith guy is like, yeah, you can't take one of these kids, so they end up not.
Yeah.
But
It
meanwhile,
would have been more convenient. So they are combing the beach, so to speak, and Alvin has found his way out of the boardwalk where a Italian guy is blowing up balloons, and he ends up biting the balloon just like he bit Tubby's foot, and then he steals the balloons and goes flying in that way that children always seem to do in cartoons that you've never seen in real life.
yeah. A staple of cartoons, just like Italian guys selling stuff used to be a
Yeah,
big thing in cartoons. Like Italian, usually fruit vendors, but
yeah.
this one we have a balloon vendor. Why not?
Fruit vendors, balloon vendors, and organ grinders with monkeys.
Yeah, very big Italian stuff in the old days, but again, different time. Um,
Oh,
so
I just got a call. Can we pause for a second?
sure.
Hang on, I'll be right back. You need something? It's okay. Still there? Sorry about that.
Yep. No worries. How's it
Okay.
all going?
Oh yeah, it's okay. Just I after dinner I forgot to hook my mom up to her oxygen thing again. So she's okay, but she had only just noticed it right now. So
Oh, geez. Well, I'm glad that she's okay.
yes. I mean, she's doing much better. She's down to 1 liter from 2 when we started, so she can go a long time without it. But better to better that when she starts feeling short of breath that she get back on it. So
Yeah, we'll say. Um, so where were we?
where
What was,
we were on Italian guys selling stuff.
yeah, that, I feel like that was like a staple of cartoons at one point.
Yeah.
Kind of like Irish storks, you know.
Irish storks? I never saw an Irish stork. Usually they're just drunk.
Oh, that's true. That does seem to be a recurring thing as well. Um, that I've seen at least two cartoons of drunk storks, but I guess that's like, they got to mix up babies, you know.
I think the drunk stork is specifically a Warner Brothers thing. I haven't seen a lot of, you know, Disney has their own stork voiced by Sterling Holloway.
Oh yeah, I've seen him a couple. He's in the Dumbo movie.
He's in Dumbo and he's also in Lambert the Sheepish Lion.
Got, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, same stork. Um,
I'm only
but yeah,
delivery service. Uh, so yeah, we do in fact see the stork in the previous cartoon, but it's uh, he's just like, guess what I got for you, pal? Ha!
yeah. And
Implying that Tubby gives birth himself.
it's yeah, it's
That would actually be pretty funny. It's like, my wife's made me do everything. I even had to have the babies myself.
oh, it's hot tubby unpreg.
Yep. T-preg. T-preg.
Well, so so Alvin, he's flying with the balloons. Meanwhile, uh
Yeah, Lulu and Tubby have given up. They're like, how are we going to tell Alvin's mother that we lost him?
yeah, they're just like, meh. But so they head back, but it turns out Alvin just basically sailed. He took the balloons and he landed in a tree at his own house. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah,
And
it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I thought there was actually going to be a complication here, but no, it was actually very convenient.
yeah, it all
Alvin
worked
doesn't.
fine.
Alvin does not have a big vocabulary. He just kept saying, I flew," and they don't believe
Yeah,
him.
they do not believe him because he does not elaborate to explain. You know, oh, what do you mean by flying? You flew with balloons, but like
Yeah,
they just kind of assume that like, I don't know, he flew like Superman or something.
yeah. I flew like
So
Goku. But
yeah,
so they do return Alvin, and they're like, "Oh, I hope you don't get docked because we're so late." And Lulu actually said, "No, she gave me an extra 25 cents because I didn't bring him home early for once." So, and that's where Tubby is like, "Hey, I'll bet she'd pay you even more if she brought back one of those good kids." And we fade out on Lulu seriously considering this idea. That's actually
yeah,
that's actually the funniest part. Is Lulu like, trading in Alvin. Hmm.
yeah. I mean, that's pretty amusing, and it it does fit with Little Lulu. It feels like the
Yeah.
sort of thing she would do, honestly.
If you're, I haven't seen a lot of Little Lulu comics, but my all-time favorite is the one that went viral a few, decades ago now, where Lulu and Alvin, they're just it really feels like an improvised comic where they didn't know where it was going when they started, where Lulu and Alvin are just hanging around, and they get on the subject of how arbitrary words are, and how the more that you say a word, it doesn't sound like anything. So the neighbors come out, and Lulu and Alvin are laughing themselves sick as they go foot, 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 feet, 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 and as they finally pull themselves together and struggle home, the neighbor's like, well, what the hell do foot and feet mean? Maybe feet is like a bird call?
Huh. That
Like they heard
definitely
the word so much that it doesn't mean anything to them anymore.
yeah. Well, I guess I didn't real I mean, this sounds more like a Nancy thing.
It does. Little Lulu, I feel like Nancy owes a lot to Little Lulu. Because they were born around the same time.
Oh yeah, there you go. So they that is Little Lulu.
Yes.
Those
Of course, this is a very limited form of Little Lulu that we watched here because we didn't touch at all on Tubby's men's club with no girls allowed, which is a major focus of these kind of things. In fact,
oh
one of the first places I ever saw Little Lulu was in a collection of underground comics, where it was a fake Little Lulu strip where Tubby and Alvin are having a parade, and Tubby says, "No girls allowed in our parade," and Lulu stares for a second, then says, "Fuck this shit!" And that was the entire strip.
good on her.
Yeah. And also, I was very careful with the cartoons that I chose because I didn't want to watch anything with Mandy.
Who's Mandy?
Mandy is a character that is exclusive to the Little Lulu animated series. She is the family's black maid.
Oh no.
Oh, and you've seen these kind of things. Mandy looks worse. Mandy looks like a giant muppet.
No, I don't. Oh no.
She looks like fucking Jinx from Pokemon.
Oh boy. Yeah. Oh. I just looked it up. I just looked up Mandy. This is not good. This is not good. Yeah. Let's not
Ooh,
watch
yeah.
episodes
Let's
of
not watch
Mandy.
these. Yeah, Mandy is. I mean, as these characters go, I like her better than Mammy Two Shoes from Tom and Jerry because, for one thing, Mandy is always a friend to Little Lulu and always on her side. But I mean, that
Yeah.
doesn't make up for drawing her like a monster.
Yeah. Ooh, it's the 1940s.
Yep, it's the
Uh
1940s and everyone's human but the help.
yeah. Everyone had help in those days apparently. What's
Yeah.
up with that?
Yeah, what happened?
Everyone,
Yeah, what happened? Was it World War II? Was it the husbands coming home and demanding that the wife do all the housework instead of the maid?
yes, everyone just had maids in those days in
Yeah,
cartoons. It was like, well, I guess maybe that was it was easy to exploit the underclass when you have a racial marker like that. So, okay. Anyway, Little Lulu, she's I like well, despite the
there's some
despite
really
things.
racialized stuff in here, honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's not great, but the core of the character, which is Little Lulu being a little bitch, I
Yeah.
like that. That's fun. That's
Ma-
fun.
Yeah, Marge herself was quoted as saying that she felt like Little Lulu, by virtue of being a girl, could get away with things that would seem oafish for a boy to do.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, a lot of the stuff Little Lulu does is pretty like, yeah, it's like, oh, that little bitch, but like you gotta love her,
Yeah,
Yeah, if a boy was like I don't know, like was like, oh, I'm not talking to you. Put some rocks down so I can walk through a puddle. I'd be like, fuck you, man. But like when Little Lulu does it, I'm like, that's real. That's real funny. You go, girl. You tell that Tubby who's boss.
Yeah, for
Sisters are
real.
doing it for themselves. But yeah, so that's fun. Um, so I guess what I'm saying is, why not? You like cartoons? Go watch these specific four Little Lulu
Yeah.
cartoons.
Yeah, I mean, we don't I don't think I can recommend any of the ones that Mandy is a big part of,
yeah,
but I picked some of my favorites, and
yeah.
anyway, we've got a lot more Little Lulu stuff to look at. There's actually a Little Lulu anime from the '90s.
Oh, I mean that's interesting.
Yes, and there is also two live action Little Lulu ABC weekend specials.
Oh, damn. Well, we're definitely gonna have to look at that.
Yeah, for real.
So join us at some point for more of Little Lulu, and probably at some point Little Audrey and Little Dot. Because why not? We'll watch
Why
all the
not?
littles.
Yeah.
Why
I
not? We're
mean,
going full little.
the only real difference is that we don't know how Alan Moore feels about those two.
Well, I'm sure he has strong opinions because Alan Moore, he's like the John Kay of comics in the sense that he has strong opinions on them.
The Archmagus.
I love it. Okay. Anything else we should say about Little Lulu?
Well, little Lulu, I love you, Lou, just the same.